I'm Breaky CPK, going to be your shoutcasting host, and I'm going to be doing another solo cast today. This is the Hauncast Daily Cast here on Tuesday, January 11th, and we have xFin versus EG. This is the Game Replays Finals, Tournament 4 out of 5, the Qualification Tournament Series. This is the finals that happened on Sunday, so a couple of days ago. But again, the replays that day, they were not working, unfortunately, so we had to call the casting for that day. But sure enough, I was able to get a hold of them from S2, and here we go. Was able to pick it up and actually start casting them. So we did cast the semifinals match, xFin versus Fnatic MSI, and that was a very, very entertaining match. A couple of interesting picks, but of course xFin came out on top. It wasn't technically Fnatic MSI once again, but you know, it is what it is, and xFin played a great game themselves to actually get here. So with that said, we have EG versus xFin here in the finals. EG defeating INFS in a fairly easy victory, actually, to get to this point as well. So it should be entertaining. I mean, this two top-tier U.S. teams going at it here for the finals. Again, what is on the line we have? It is actually $100 prize pool, so, you know, very minor, but again, with it only being a qualification tournament, the winner of this will also gain 20 points towards the point system and 15 points for losing. So you get a lot of points no matter what, really. But obviously the whole factor of those points is the top 8 teams will be invited to the Invitational at the end of the 5 tournament series. And they'll be placed according to how they finished off in the points for those top 8. So, you know, there is a little bit more than $100 on the line. And on top of that, of course, there's, as always, the pride factor. So even if there was nothing on the line, there would still be that whole pride factor, and it would be very entertaining as a result of that. All right, so we do have the bans finishing up here. EG looking to get their final ban out of the way currently. So we got 7. Yeah, so they're waiting on their final ban over here. Then we'll be good to go into the picking phase. In fact, let me do what I usually do. Doing a solo cast. Get to go ahead and put it on 2 times speed. Speed things up a little bit, since it's only myself. All right, so the final ban is finished. So let's go over the bans real quickly. As far as the bans are concerned, we got Slither, Flint Beastwood, Dr. Repulsor, Voodoo Jester, Pharaoh, Thunderbringer, Bubbles, and Bombardier. So those are the 8 bans right there, 4 for either side. Nothing too questionable, as expected in a matchup like this. Really, you know, confident bans that you just don't like to see, especially heroes like Pharaoh, very popular, really amongst all teams. I want to tend to say against the American teams, but obviously MSI, they tend to use him quite a bit. And really, he's been a very just really ban-worthy perma-ban style hero lately. And when he isn't banned, he's picked up usually in very big factor in those games, so it's no question why. Slither's the other one. You know, he's just been banned. I mean, he's just ever since, especially these 4 bans for both sides, he has just been that really just perma ban hero. So it's been a long time, unfortunately, since we have seen Slither. But don't expect to see him this game because he is banned once again. Let me slow it down as we are getting actually near the end here. So the bans, though, yeah, nothing really too much to talk about. Very, very typical, usual bans. Flint boosted maybe a little bit there, but definitely very powerful, solid carry, and popular in the hands of Sebuska. Definitely very awesome Flint Beastwood player. So the picks finishing up here. The Legion side, xFin, we got their last 2 picks looking to be finished up currently. They started, though, with Pebbles, Witchslayer, and Soulstealer. So already a very active team, very aggressive team. I like it. They got Pebbles, of course, very good mid to early game hero, similar to Soulstealer. Then Witchslayer, excellent support, excellent ganker. If they finish off with those right clicks, I mean, it is going to be just an all-out, very, very aggressive team, and that will be kind of cool. Of course, Chipper and Andromeda would be those last 2. They have 7 seconds left. Will it be? Will it be? Will it be? And it looks like it. Yes, it is. Okay, so it's going to be Chipper and Andromeda, the last couple of picks. Now, this is where it gets interesting, however. Of course, Pebbles normally perhaps would be a solo mid. In this case, though, with Soulstealer, he is not going to be that, as I would expect Soulstealer to be the favorite to be solo mid. So in this case, probably see a Tri-Lane Pebbles trying to get him a very fast portal key, and then, of course, Chipper will play as the solo hero. But yeah, I mean, that triple stun combination, Pebbles, Andromeda, Witchslayer, would be very powerful. So yeah, they're going to try to get that early portal key onto Pebbles more than likely and cause destruction as a result of that. So we'll see. I mean, we have seen the Pebbles Tri-Lane before. You know, it's a give and take. Obviously, he has the very beneficial opportunity to get that fast portal key, but his levels are hurt. And on a hero that looks to maximize both the Stalagmites and Chuck ability very early on, by the time he's level 8 and gets that level advantage, you know, won't be getting that, of course, because of the Tri-Lane. Maybe. I mean, again, it depends. I would guess if they run it in the short lane. They could run it the long lane. They very likely could run it the long lane, actually. So, and leave Chipper to play the short lane, of course. And that's how they feel about EG setup and where they're going to send their guys. So, going to be interesting to see how they go about that. And, of course, keep an eye on Pebbles and what his farm looks like, as they will need a early portal key on him, because that's the thing. If not only will he get a lack of levels, but if he doesn't get that early portal key, if he starts to struggle in terms of farm, then kind of it makes it unfortunate for their team. As far as EG is concerned, they have finished up as well. Of course, they are playing with Semi-G. We actually did talk about this. We casted EG versus Ice earlier on in the tournament, and apparently he's part of their team now. He was picked up by EG, I guess. He's tagged up, as you can see, and obviously formerly of Online Kingdom, now a part of EG here. So he is the only European player on this American team, at least. So, of course, an interesting note there. But as far as their lineup goes, we are looking at Nymphora, Hellbringer, Myrmidon, Sandwraith, and Glacius. So they choose to go the Sandwraith route, a very popular hard-to-carry hero, of course. Definitely ban-worthy, but in this game not, and picked up, indeed, by EG. So they're going to be running the Sandwraith Tri-Lane top with Myrmidon, Glacius, it looks like. And that is going to leave Chu solo mid on Nymphora. I love it, I love it, I love it. I've talked about this so many times. I honestly prefer to see a hero like Nymphora played solo, because I like to see the levels on her. Not only because of her ultimate, but just all of her abilities, really. They scale very, very well, especially in the early game. Between the Volatile Pod and the Grace and the Nymph, especially, but in this case, might not. We'll see what kind of build she goes. But it is pretty much emphasizes very aggressive play, especially if played in this role. So that's awesome to see. Really excited to see Chu playing solo mid on Nymphora. We'll see how that goes. He's going to be matched up, of course, against Soul Stealer, being played by Snake King once again. Just saw his last game against Favy's Blacksmith. And as expected, we are going to see the Tri-Lane top here versus the Tri-Lane of EG from xFin. So this is going to be fun to see how that plays out as well, obviously. So they want to not only get that early portal key on Pebbles as, ooh, Andromeda, what are you thinking, buddy? Oh, man. Gets completely caught out. He was, I'm guessing, was going to ward right there and didn't even get, yeah, he did get one ward down, but that's, yeah, you cannot risk it in a high-tier game like this. You cannot risk going that direction, especially without your other heroes. I mean, they were already going this way, the long way, obviously, like you really should. And, well, EG takes advantage. Why not? Take advantage of the bad mistake from the Legion side, and now Andromeda, unfortunately, has to walk all the way back. Glacius is the one that got the Bloodlust kill, so that'll be some nice early boots for him, probably. Did Glacius get it? Yeah, Glacius got it. So Glacius and Myrmidon, of course, here to support this Sandwraith Tri-Lane. It is going to be dangerous. I mean, you got Pebbles, Andromeda, and Witchslayer. Very, very powerful triple stone combination. But Sandwraith tends to be fairly tanky. And, of course, you know, something like that wave field is good for stopping them. And then, obviously, Glacius, between the slow and a nice imprisonment, can play very defensive. So that's what I would expect, if anything. I'm not expecting EG to play offensive themselves, running into those stuns. But, of course, because especially with a hero like Sandwraith. But we'll see how they play it. Right now, Sandwraith is getting a very good farm. Pebbles really actually scared almost to actually push up, even the slightest bit. Doesn't want to get caught out by either Glacius or Myrmidon, I guess. But yeah, so Nymphora going up against Soul Stealer. Very, very entertaining matchup there. Soul Stealer just a slight level disadvantage, but it is not even 2 minutes into the game. So I won't really overreact on that too much. And then, of course, that leaves a pot, and we got Chipper versus Hellbringer. Meh. I say meh. We got Sebusko versus Ixu. Meh. I'm sure it'll be entertaining in their own way. But nothing too crazy to look at. Just more so harassment, damage, if anything. Maybe even kills, but definitely not. Oh my god, crazy epicness down there. Of course, the focus should be at the top lane. As Nymphora comboing there, Ryzen went off and he gets trapped in the creep wave, and Soul Stealer actually goes down. Nymphora, especially with that new Voltire pod activating after 1 second, it's so good for opportunities like that, and sets it up perfectly right there. So Nymphora off to a great start, already 1-0. Snaking, of course, reacting to that in chat, but he just got caught out completely. That was a double stun, really. He's also got caught by the creep wave. Now at the top lane, we see Sandbeth pressuring this Andromeda. Got stunned a little bit. Now he actually checked in the air. He's starting to fall back, realizing he's taking a lot of damage. Magic Carp can hit Andromeda, stun him a little bit, and Witchslayer ends up going down, though. The wave field gets stopped down. Glacier's still out in front. He wants to kill an Andromeda, and he's going to get it. Fuji Apples 3-0 already. Make that 3-1 as he just went in range of the tower, unfortunately. And the tower gets credit for the kill, but Fuji Apples on Glacius. Not too often you see, actually, Fuji Apples on a hero like Pure Support Glacius, but he's doing a fine job here. And getting a 300-plus gold per minute farm as a result. That's actually really funny. But no, aggressive play, surprisingly enough, from EG. Really catching xFin on their toes. And coming out on top there, of course. Nymphora once again going to go toe-to-toe with Solstice. Sticking the toes, puts out the volatile pod, heals right back up, nukes down Solstice a little bit. One round attack, will it hit? Yes, it will, despite being uphill. And again, down goes Solstice there. So Nymphora, he is not afraid. As long as he has that volatile pod to work with, he will go toe-to-toe with Solstice there, run right up to him, and get the job done. So 2-0 now for Chu on this Nymphora. Very entertaining already. Meanwhile, back at the top lane, we do see Pebbles drop below, able to get the kill on Sandwraith. Will he survive? Yes, the health potion used just in time. Ticks enough before the auto attack finishes him off, so good job right there. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Glacius comes here to set up a gank, and should be successful as, almost got his 4th kill, but actually Sebuska's dot ended up taking down Chipper, so good movement there from Fuji Apples, pushed to the bottom lane. And also those boots, of course, picked up, again, with those 3 hero kills. That'll happen. Including the bloodlust, but now he's going to pour right back to the top lane and go back to supporting them up there. So Pebbles, although not dying, similar to dying, has to run all the way back to base, buys items, get some regen, then come back. So not the start that xFin was looking for in many cases, as this is going to continue that bad start. Andromeda, he too gets caught out. Smart play from EG, realizing that Pebbles is not back yet. Nymphora did actually port. Was she even part of it? No, she wasn't even part of that. She ported in, but ends up running away as soon as possible. But getting that port as soon as she hits level 6. Wants to start being active right away. This is buying a little bit of time for Soul Stealer, of course. While Nymphora's AFK. Not literally, but away from lane. AFL. Lol. Well, Soul Stealer takes another nuke right there. You see him starting to drop a little bit. Wants to try to catch Nymphora off guard with a couple of demon hands, but that Voltop pod with that 1 second, explosion time, it does make it a lot more difficult. Landing another stun right there, just keeping the harassment up on a Soul Stealer. Of course, Soul Stealer buying an early mana battery. Or, never mind. I thought he had one for some reason, but that was not him. In fact, that was Nymphora. Mana battery would be an effective item, though, I would think, against that Nymphora. It's definitely is spamming her abilities. And then the bottom line, got to get them some love too. Sebusko right now, he is level 6. Actually doing a... Look at the farm. 8-4 Chipper compared to a 24-11 Hellbringer. So yeah, Sebuska easily out farming Ixu there at the bottom lane. Ixu is similar as last game really for him. Just got owned by Arachna. His team did come out on top though pretty easily. But this one not looking nearly as good. It's currently 7-2 hero kill advantage for EG. And many positive signs for them, from Nymphora to Sandwraith. And Pebbles getting lack of farm, who is 14-1 right now. They're going to try to go on a Myrmidon right here, though. There's one side, there's a Combo Stun, and that's the power that we're talking about. Easily dropping Myrmidon, trying to react now as a Hellborn team on a Witchslayer at least. Will it be enough? He's trying to get away, not going to happen, though. Sandwraith eventually chases him down. Kama-san, however, on a Sandwraith. This could get dangerous. Chuck in the air, and down goes Sandwraith. So, yes, xFin comes on top. Oh, maybe not for long, though. And for one, and Seal said it actually hits Andromeda at the tail end of it, setting up a kill for Glacius. A double tap for him. He's also a nemesis right there. Pebbles always going to get just barely out of range of that volatile pod, and he will stay alive as a result. And Nymphora is just going to head back to the middle lane. So Nymphora just using her ultimate, being active as expected, and sets up another kill. As wow, Hellbringer already taking out the bottom tower. Chipper ports in the life point, healing up Hellbringer though. Oh my god, and Chipper's not going to get the kill. He might actually get turned around. A nice dodge of the rocket, and yes, Sepuska takes out Ixie right there on Chipper. How frustrating is that? Hellbringer at half-life. He puts that life void out though. It's only level 2 with the level 4 death boil. Just so much healing though, even at level 2. Just barely keeps him alive. And not only did he get the tower kill, but he ends up killing Chipper in the process. EG, dominating as we like to see them. So Nymphora, again, back to the middle lane. It looks like Andromeda and Pebbles are tired of Nymphora doing what she's doing. They want to try to set up a kill onto her. So they're going to go towards the top room, but it was already either picked up or not spawned there. Solstice are going to be taking a stun here over on top of the vault ball. Look at just the burst that comes out. Going to end up dropping. Oh, able to use a bomb charge, but no. Fuji Apples takes him out. Pebbles in the midst of that avoids the wave field. There's a good graveyard stun. The Glacier ultimate going off. However, trying to finish off Andromeda. Not going to happen. As Zeal stun not going to hit Witch Slayer right there. Puts the Hex on to Hellbringer, but the chase is still on. Out come the Unholy Shackles, followed by the Death Boil, and Witch Slayer should be taken down right here. Pebbles will try to deny. Nope, it's not going to be enough, actually. The dot already runs off. But Fuji Apple's another double tap. Fuji Apple has 8 hero kills as Glacius right now. That is unbelievable. I don't think it's on purpose, but whatever it is, he is doing a fantastic job of getting those hero kills in there. And now resulting in a 323 gold per minute right now for on Glacius. That's just entertaining. So just many positive signs here for EG to look at. As far as xFin, it's looking glim. I mean, Pebbles, he's sitting under the 200 gold per minute, only a 14-1 creep score with the 1 hero kill. He hasn't died yet, so that's obviously good, but again, the whole point of that trial lane is to not only get that early portal key, but slow down Sandwraith. Neither one happened. And Nymphora once again ports to the top lane. This time sets up a kill on Andromeda. Chipper and Witch Slayer here, but just what can they do? Pebbles might be able to say something about that. He's going to try to come from behind. He's only level 5, though, so even if he gets a combo off on Nymphora at this point, it still won't even be enough really close to a kill. Witch Slayer getting caught out in front. Down he goes. The Hellbringer ultimate out, as you can see. There he Pebbles off from behind, actually catches Nymphora, and indeed it does kill her. Chipper trying to run away from this Hellbringer, though. And Hellbringer actually turns around, puts the shackles onto Pebbles. Not going to try to run. He wants to chase Chipper. Will he chase him enough? Both have the boots, but Chipper just a little bit out of range right there and going to survive. In the meantime, Soul Stealer gets cut off actually by Myrmidon just before Hellbringer got there, and so he ends up getting taken out. So just kills all over the place in favor of EG, really. Yes, Nymphora went down finally, so that is bright news there for the Legion team. But it's Resurrect, and she'll port somewhere, I'm sure. She's picked up Mystic Vestments as well as finishing her power supply. And she can port somebody with her. Might support Myrmidon. Yes, they're going to port Myrmidon somewhere over here. There we go. And might run into Andromeda. Oh, who cares? They're going to run into Witch Slayer first, so I'll take out Witch Slayer. Andromeda going to throw out the Aurora, but what is that going to do other than scout and tickle them a little bit? Counter warding going on. And the push continues. So again, Nymphora showing off her effectiveness. Sandwraith ultimate used right here, and there's a scatter from the Legion team. Andromeda getting bit on, porting in. Myrmidon also activates the ultimate, takes out Andromeda. Soul Stealer drops as well. Myrmidon ends up going down, however, with Pebbles addition, but Chipper, he's also going to get caught. The ultimate already used from him, and more than likely will be dropping, trying to escape. But actually, Hellbringer getting a little bit too confident right there. He gets taken out by the tower, and both Witch Slayer and Pebbles. And Nymphora is going to heal themselves up, though. Chipper did end up going down as he tried to get himself killed by neutral creeps, it looks like, but indeed was not. And here goes the first tower going to be taken out now. Ports coming in, but those were scary ports. Andromeda and Pebbles poured in, but the stun's immediately happening. Hellbringer holding his ground. Pebbles is a good slag match right there on top of the Chuck. But they just do not have enough follow-up damage at this point. And 4 turns it around, throws out the volatile bolt, heals up, gets the kill. Pebbles also going to get caught right here. Down he goes. And 23 hero kills already for EG. We're only 12 minutes into this game. They themselves are nearly averaging 2 hero kills a minute. Magic Carpana Soldier on top of the wave field, and he explodes into thin air. Hellbringer somehow stays alive like he's been doing all game, and so does Nymphora, and Chipper too goes down. This seems like a scenario, right? It doesn't even seem like an actual game. It just seems like it's like one of those games where you it's just waves of enemies just keep coming at you, and you just have to keep fighting them off without regenerating or anything. And it's like a somewhat difficult mission, but really not. It's like on hard difficulty, but hard is like nothing for like decent players. So that's how it kind of feels like right now for EG, though I'm sure, and really as a spectator. But xFin, they're going to keep on keeping on. But again, the Hellbringer ultimate is back up. Andromeda goes down. The Hex on the Hellbringer, knocking him out of though. The team support is there. there goes the kill on the Sender, playing Witch Slayer, or Pimp Slayer there. It just keeps on repeating. The Legion team, they need to stop going in by one. It's kind of ridiculous now. They just keep getting caught out one by one at this point. They just need to try to fight as a team. Just try. No, but this is at the same time, it is cool to see this from EG, because it really is old school EG. I mean, EG, it's no secret, they have been in a little bit of a slump lately, whether it's just been lack of practice, whatever. They definitely haven't seemed to be the same that they used to be. But this, if anything, takes it back to the days of really old school, like just dominating EG. Myrmidon goes in there, ends up helping to get the kill on the Soldier. He does go down himself, but also Pebbles goes down. Sebusco with a double tap kill right there. And Witchslayer and Andromeda once again just going to try to walk away before anything happens. Witchslayer not so lucky though. Andromeda, will you stay in there? He will. Throws out a combo sound, and that might be his death as Hellbringer is diving on top of him. Actually has a life void on him. Sandwraith also coming down, puts him the stabby dagger onto him, and will go down. Hellbringer though. Oh, Hellbringer. He really wanted that kill. Ends up going down to double tower damage. So often you see that. And it looks like the onslaught might finally be over. After 31 hero kills in total by EG, they're now starting to... Nope, not really. I guess Hellbringer decided it's best to buy back and come right back up and keep applying the pressure. You look at the goal per minute. 3 players over 4, really pretty much around 450 or plus. And then even Glacius at 350, and then there's Myrmidon who's just struggling this game at 230 gold per minute. He's just having an awful game. And then there's xFin on their side. Ugh. Well, sadly, this might not be a long game. In fact, it might be a very short game. But entertainment-wise, I don't think there was any lack of that, despite it being so short. Especially, I just love seeing Nymphora playing solo. It's so awesome. Such a fun hero. Wow. I mean, just wow. Well, what just happened there? Codex to level 1. Yeah, he just exploded Soul Stealer pretty much. He's like, Soul Stealer, who are you? I'm Nymphora, bitch. I'm the Nymphora, bitch. Right in his face. Gonna port somewhere. Ports to the top, and hey, look at that. Pebbles is there to get nuked down. Well, EG is more than likely going to be your game replay tournament champions here for tournament 4 to 5 for the qualification series. They'll get $100. More importantly, though, the points and the pride factor and the coolness factor. Again, it is good to see EG back on the stage on a level like this, and hope that they can keep this momentum up with awesome picks like Nymphora solo mid. Cough, cough. I want to see teams ban Nymphora now against EG just because of this game. Screw that! I don't want to play that. Sandwraith wants a kill on the Soul Stealer just before they concede, and will they get it? Yes, you will. Oh, it's gonna hurt your stats, Snaky. Oh, Pebbles goes down, and the heal on the Sandwraith keeps him alive. And oh, by the way, he has sort of the high. It's another vote to concede. And that is it. So yes, it ends up being a fairly short game, unfortunately. But a finals cast is a finals cast, and you have to cover it, of course. And like I said, honestly, I wasn't knowing what to say. Obviously, I didn't know the time. So it was unfortunate seeing it, but that actually was. I thought it was entertaining. I mean, 38 hero kills, and that's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't care if, yes, it was completely one-sided, just a raffle stomp, but that was fun to watch. So hopefully, at the very least, you did get that kind of entertainment. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Again, wanted to get the Game Replays tournament finished, and, well, that we did. So we got the semifinals and then this one as well. So, again, I know it wasn't the longest day of casting by any means, but we got in the cast that we wanted to get in. So at the very least, hopefully you enjoyed those two casts, and if you happen to miss any of it, including the earlier match, I'll put those on VOD as soon as possible, so you can check them out. We will be coming back for tomorrow for the Wednesday Funcast, of course, for the Honcast Daily Cast Wednesday Funcast. Gonna be tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. Those are always entertaining. And then, of course, Thursday should continue with another daily cast. So, thanks for tuning in today, guys. Do appreciate it. Despite the short games, hey, I honestly thought entertaining. Take it how you will. But whatever works, stay tuned for tomorrow's cast, Wednesday Funcast. A little under 23 hours from now. See you then. As for today, though, looks like we are finished. As far as the SK versus MSI finals, again, I get asked this question constantly, still, all the time. It's not going to, it has not been scheduled yet. So, whenever it's scheduled, we will look to cover it. And it will be covered. Again, we will make the announcement as soon as possible. So, you expect to see announcements everywhere when it's going to happen. I mean, it is a big, big game, obviously. So, don't think that's just going to come out of nowhere. You will have a lot of time to prepare for it and watch it. But ideally, it's going to be this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. But it has not actually been scheduled yet. So, we'll look to cover that. But, yeah, so again, tune in tomorrow for the Wednesday Funcast. Check out www.foulplay.net/channels/Honcast for all of our VODs. And also update us on Facebook, or add us to Facebook and Twitter, where you get updates for Honcast. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. And as always, have a good night.